Hello and welcome, beloveds, to the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. MumbiSeraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you are moving into living life truly on your own terms. We want to thank everyone that supports us on our PayPal and our Patreon accounts. As you know, the truth is becoming more and more unpopular on these YouTube streets. So we really do appreciate you enabling us to keep doing our research and keep bringing you all the news, from global Black Africa. So much is happening, beloveds, and many of our brothers and sisters are coming home. Many of our African American brothers and sisters have reached out. They've said they've relocated, they've gotten a lease, they've gotten this, they've gotten that. Many have moved to Kenya, to Ghana. Ghana, the doors are closed, the gates are closed. Ghana hasn't opened up their borders, but many of you have expressed interest. Many, I want to say thousands have relocated to Africa so far, or are waiting for those borders to open to relocate. But I just want to give you a word of advice, beloveds. If you see, like a lot of you have contacted me saying you want to go to Ghana, if you see that Ghana is not opening those borders by end of September, you may want to reconsider, going into a neighboring country and entering by road, because it may just get that thick in the divided states. So, but usually that's why I keep saying, build up your spirit, man. Build up that intuition, that spiritual voice inside you, so that you can hear your guardians for yourself, because you do not walk alone. But those are definitely stories for another day. I'll actually do a prophetic update on that. Kenya, in a very interesting move, has rejected an offer by Oman Air to repatriate Kenyans stranded in India on grounds that the Middle Eastern carrier is engaging in a government function. Now, this news was released, it was received rather here in Kenya with mixed sentiments. Some saying that the government is being proud for no reason, when Oman Air has offered to bring some Kenyans home who the government is not even facilitating. Others saying, we should be able to do this for ourselves. I don't know. Let me know. Do you agree with that Kenyan government? This has really brought out a lot of debate. And the Kenya High Commissioner to India, Willie Bett, in a letter addressed to Oman Air on Monday, said it cannot seek clearance for foreign airlines, arguing that it can only act for Kenya Airways. And I quote, Mr. Bett said in the letter, that the Kenyan High Commission is not in a position to seek clearance for a non-Kenyan airline. The airline agents should stop engaging Kenya in India with matters of repatriation, as this is a government function. You may wish to ask for assistance from Oman Embassy in Nairobi and New Delhi. I don't know. Was it just a good deed, or are they trying to get us out of there? I don't know. I don't know where this is coming from. So Oman Air offers to bring our black asses home, and our government's like, nah, it's okay. That reminds me of African parents. You know what I mean? Don't borrow even if you don't have shoes, don't borrow from anybody. You know what I mean? I love it. But Oman Air actually suspended operations on its Nairobi route on March 29th, and is yet to resume after Kenya lifted the ban on international flights from August 1st. But the carrier actually started flights between Nairobi and Muscat. Is Muscat the capital of Oman? I don't know. I don't keep unnecessary information in my head. In 2017, targeting travelers to and from the Middle East. But Kenya's rejection of Oman repatriation flights comes 2 months after India Air flew to Nairobi more than 300 Kenyans from India. I wonder why they rejected them. Thousands of Kenyans travel to India every year for, treatment. And I've talked about this when I used to cover Kenyan politics exclusively, how there is, this Ambe, the goddess of war. There's an Indian goddess on the national seat of Kenya. She's on the, that Jezebel spirit. She's on our national emblem, this Harambe. And many arguments have been given about whether it's just coming together or what it actually means, hail the goddess of war. But then you wonder why thousands and thousands, I even want to say tens of thousands of Kenyans they could go anywhere in the world, but they end up in India for treatment. Many die. This is a sacrificial route, beloveds. But some people are just not that spiritually deep to even understand what I'm doing and what I'm saying. And if you don't get it, it's okay. It's not for you. So So a lot of, unfortunately, a lot of Kenyans actually did find themselves stranded in India. Not Indian Kenyans, Kenyans, Kenyan Kenyans. They actually found themselves stranded in India, and they've been looking for ways to be repatriated. Beloveds, people are going home. I really hope that you are making your plans to go home, or if you're home, to stay home. I really hope you're even making your plans to start becoming self sufficient, start growing your basic necessities, growing your basic food. I really hope you have a borehole or access to fresh water. Because Africa, we are so dependent on the Western dollar that if the Western dollar collapse, not if, when the Western dollar collapses, it will have serious ramifications on us. So please, beloveds, we've had to survive with these corrupt governments for decades and this neo-colonial agenda. So it's going to be easier for some of us to become self-sufficient than others, who have been totally become addicted and entangled in the Babylon system. But let me know what you think, beloveds. I don't know, actually. I don't know. The jury's out on this one. I don't know. Is it bad that Oman Air, offered to bring our people home? Of course, the government was saying, hey, you can't just be, an airline just can't willy-nilly try and do things for the government. It has to be government to government. I know there's all those diplomatic whatevers, but should they really be observing diplomacy at such a time as this? Let me know, guys. Until next time, tuko pamoja.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, Africa.
Hello and welcome to Africa Watch on the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. MumbiSeraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I pray you're well. Thanks to every single person that supports our channel. Thanks to every single person that has subscribed to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Don't forget to hit that like button. And don't forget to share the videos. I know a lot of people download and share. I appreciate you guys for getting the word out. So much drama happening over the weekend. And in Kenya, we saw some drama with our neighbors, Somalia, and a lot of people have contacted me asking me to talk about this. Well. It looks like Kenya and Somalia are here. Although they're trying to be very, very diplomatic about it. So they're not trying to act all dramatic like, things are about to pop off. But it looks like that's exactly what's about to happen. And we saw on Saturday that Kenya actually recalled its ambassador and kicked out the Somali ambassador and told him to go back to his country so that he could get, for further consultations. But usually, when you kick out someone, a nation's ambassador, it's a sign of verbal protest before the physical protest comes. It's a sign of like, we ain't happy. And it's before things escalate further. It's like a husband kicking a wife out of the home. And I don't know if you can really compare it to that. Guys will catch feelings. Anyway, so what the reason for this is because the Somali foreign minister, he actually had a investment conference that took place in London last week. And while he was at this investment conference, he was showing like different oil blocks that, investors could invest in, and how there would be like a profit share between Somalia and foreign investors for oil in the Indian Ocean. Now, the whole bone of contention is because some of the blocks that, that the foreign minister shared in his presentation to these London investors actually included land that was in Kenya and is still, being disputed. And there's actually a case at the, ICC all about this situation. So that's actually what really, really upset the Kenyan government. And the next thing we knew, the headlines were saying that, Kenya, Somalia had sold off, Kenyan land. Oil. I didn't even know it was in the Indian Ocean, first of all. And, our PS, our Permanent Secretary for Foreign Affairs, a gentleman called Mr. Kamau, he came out and spoke very strongly against the Somali government. And then the guy was kicked out. Well, Somalia has said that they respect the relationship with Kenya, and they really don't want things to escalate. They said they would not pursue a unilateral remedy to the situation, but they would actually be open to international dialogue, and they're hoping that the land dispute will be settled. They, of course, came out and they released a letter. So now what happened is they sent a letter to the Kenyan government through the Kenyan embassy in Somalia, which shows you that the Kenyan embassy, the ambassador, the boss isn't there, but the office is still running. And they released a statement that this was actually in today's paper, in Monday's paper, where they said that, they were looking into the matter, but they didn't want any beef with their neighbor Kenya, and they were not trying to sell off Kenyan land, and it was just a big misunderstanding, etc., etc.